Hey guys, welcome back to AWOI Gaming. This is Perry, and today we're going to be talking about Dreams by Media Molecule for PlayStation 4. Now, if you're not familiar with the way we do things here at AWOI Gaming, we look at video games in a way that it might be influential to the gaming community, gamers, as video games tend to have some kind of positivity towards them, and we're just trying to show that in a deep dive review. And they're just video games at the end of the day, so let's have fun with this. When I first saw Dreams, I didn't know what to expect. It seemed very ambitious for what it was trying to do. The Media Molecule was trying to make an engine where you could make any creation that you want within the game engine to get those creative flows going if you're an artist, a gamer, or if you just want to love creating stuff. And if you're a fan of Little Big Planet, you could see that they were trying to keep that same vibe going, but they were just trying to make it deeper. And without a doubt, Dreams is a deep, unique game that requires your attention the more you play it. Let's start with the story, shall we? Because there is an actual story for this said engine where everything is created within Dreams. You play as a struggling musician named Art, and he has lost his passion to do music. By doing so, this made me go like, oh wow, everyone that struggles has that kind of situation where their passion in their life where it kind of dies out and they just don't feel the same. And Media Molecule did a great job of telling just a 2 to 3 hour story just for you to feel like you understand what was coming from a story's perspective, and look at all the visuals that were able to take effect within that story. Because the overall purpose isn't just to tell the story, but it's also to show new players that want to create within Dreams what can be done within the engine itself. It's just like a teaser trailer of what you could do in this engine if you get it going the way you want. It's just to show that everyone can be creative. You just have to put the time and effort into it. And the more you play it, it shows that all the artistic styles and the way lighting is and painting was, it was just cool to see that all the music that was in there, it was just made for people to appreciate what can actually be done within Dreams. The more I played it, the more it made me want to make my own creativities. What's also cool about the story is that it shows what kind of gameplay you can expect while you're creating your own said Dreams. And you can actually see anything from choice-based situations like The Witcher or Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or to go off the whole gameplay of looter shooters or your side-scrolling shooters. It was all there within those 2 to 3 hours. And just for me to sit there and look at what it was being put on the screen, it's like, wow, people made this in the engine. That's pretty cool. And I wasn't expecting that from even the time that Dreams was announced, what to actually expect once you get your hands on and see what you're capable of doing. And it was like, oh wow. And the story just of a struggling artist to find his way to relive his dreams, to make those dreams come true, was just out there from the 2 to 3 hours. And the message at the end of having people be inspired to make their own dreams, games, audio, painting, was there. And it just opens up the gameplay more after you beat the story of Art. And now let's get into the meat of Dreams, and that's the creation or just having fun playing. And what this is called is either dream surfing or dream shaping. Dream surfing is where you get to pretty much see what everyone else is creating and get to play their levels or their visuals or watch their music videos. Also, dream shaping is where you get to create your world. Whatever you want, it can just be done. Let's start with dream shaping, shall we? Woo! Dream shaping can be overwhelming at first because there's so much to learn, and it's so precise in how you want things to go about. And what I mean by that is that you're constantly using this little thing that's kind of floating around everywhere. It's called an MP, and you get to shape what it looks like as color wise, and that's what's cool, is that Dreams allows you to have multiple selections of what color you want it to be like, because it's yours. You're going to be the one using it, so why not make it special in the way that you want it to look like. With this MP though, you will be placing objects in certain locations, sculptures, everything with it, with whatever controls you want it to be. And what I mean by that is that you have 3 options, and you can either use this motion sensor, which I started off with and thought that was pretty cool and can be really fun if you know how to use it. The left and right sticks on the analogs for the PlayStation 4 controller, or if you have a pair of the PlayStation Move sticks, you can use those as well. Now, that's all preference on how you want to play. I played with a motion sensor for a bit and thought that was pretty unique, but I felt like the most precise way to play for myself was with the left and right stick. There's so many controls to go off that once you figure out how you want to play. Just what buttons to actually hit. Hitting L1 to hit circle can make you go back a screen, or you can hit triangle to make something to delete. There's just so many options in such way that you have to remember. It's like, oh, okay, it's just daunting at first. That can feel overwhelming, but it's okay because there are tutorials that help you along the way. And the tutorials, whenever you want them, you can make them bigger. Meaning, like, instead of just seeing it on the small screen, you can see them on a bigger screen. Or you can do as how I did and just follow along. It tells you to move it this way. Okay, I'm gonna follow it. And just follow it. And you can rewind the tutorials. There's no, like, once they go away, you can't find them. There's no hidden screen for you to go to. They're always there. You can pull them up. You can search for them. It's just great that those tools are there for you to, like, feel like if you ever need something, it's there for you the entire time. I really felt appreciative of that, because sometimes tutorials can feel like you'll see it once and never have to see it again. But something like Dreams requires attention and notes to take in if you want to make your progressions better. And when I say you can create anything, I mean you can create anything. There's sculptures in this game that pretty much look like something that you love. For example, I'm a big Final Fantasy fan, so I was able to search within the Dreamverse. That's what it's called. That's where everyone can use it. And I was able to find figures such as like Vivi from Final Fantasy 9, or even Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy 7. It's all there. Heck, there's Digimon and Pokemon. Those things were cool because it was like everything was put in there the entire time, and it was like, okay, if I want to use this sculpture, I can use it within my gameplay, or just something to look fun with. There's also painting aspects too, because not everyone wants to create their own game. They just want to paint, and it's there. And I really enjoyed the painting mechanics in the game because it just felt smooth, relaxing, and just, if you want that color to look right, you can get it to look right, and wasn't really hard to grasp. If you want to make a music video, oh, you can definitely do that because you can put music in the game, and that's cool too, because it's like you can have your own theme songs and create scenes that you really want to show. This can be just for like a visuals, or it can be for your gameplay and just the overall feel of something different and unique. What also is crazy about the controls is just the camera screen and how precise it is. And what I mean by that is at times I would think that an object is where it should be, but it wasn't. At first this was struggling, and it's like, man, I'm not good at this. But the more you do it, the more you see exactly where you want to place things, you're fine. You can also rotate certain objects and make it look different and feel different. It's all about how you want it to play out. Heck, there's even a nudge mechanic where you can move things over if you feel like they're out of spot. That was cool and something that I wasn't expecting to be in this game. But if you see that a section is off, you can just move it off to just a little bit and fill that right spot. And the tools as far as painting or lightness and color are very wide and too, because you can also make things come to life, and that's what it's about in Dream, is making everything come to life the way you want it. And that means like a door shining or just a river flowing. It was constantly there if you wanted to have that mechanic. And those are things that you just think about when you're being creative, like maybe. And just the fact that those tools were there to bring out the color and make everything feel real, or make that door shine, or make things look scary, or the lighting shines right off, the texture looks right. It was there the entire time. Remember, it's your dream and you get to make it however you want, and no one can complain, because it's about having fun, and there is a fun aspect of making things a certain way. And if you don't like dream shaping, there's also this fun little thing called dream surfing. Cowabunga, anybody? What you do in dream surfing is pretty much just surf and see what other people have created and play some of their levels and see what the other people's creative mindsets are like, where they're going from, what they're passionate about. While you're watching this and just looking at all the scenery and just wondering how they put certain things together, you become mesmerized by other creativity, but you also have that voice that speaks in the back of your mind of, let's go create something. And that was always there when I was looking at other people's stuff. It's like, it made me want to create something that was my own, so that I could show it off to the rest of the dreamers that were having fun creating what they were doing. And when I say creative mindsets, I mean, you're seeing levels that you wouldn't think you would see in this kind of engine. This goes from to like games like Fallout 4 to Silent Hill to even Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding. That game just came out like a few months ago, and now it's in the Media Molecules Dreams engine. It was mind-blowing to watch, mind-blowing to play, and just seeing the scenery going like, wow, I feel like I'm in Death Stranding right now. It's just cool that people were able to take the time and effort to put those kind of things together. Also, behind the gameplay mechanics, you are playing actual games. There are virtual shooters, there are single player games. You hear voices that aren't voice actors. You're hearing real people's voices, because that's also what's cool, that they can go back to dream shaping, is that you can put your own voice in to some of these characters that you created. And just that aspect is crazy, that it's able to be doing in just this small $40 game that feels way bigger than your original $60 price games. And even if some of the scenes or games feel like they're short, because some sceneries you would pop in and just look for about 30 seconds, or a game can last a certain amount of scenes, because that's all that the creators do have time to make, because they have jobs, they have lives. And just for you to know that more is coming, as you might see a to be continued screen, it's just cool that you might just appreciate what is going on and you're ready to see more. What is also cool is that when I say everything is in there, like all those said games, you also see games remade that you couldn't go like, oh wow. There was a Crash Bandicoot level that felt like I was playing Crash Bandicoot within Dreams. And that constant logo on the side saying made in Dreams, Media Molecule wants you to know that you made this in Dreams. That constant reminder of saying you did this within our engine and you're enjoying it, because you're coming back for more. Even though levels might be 30 seconds, you can be mesmerized with what you're seeing and can be stuck looking at sceneries or paintings or music videos longer than those 30 seconds. So you can be looking at a hot dog and just wonder like, how did someone make this in here? I want to do that. And that's what kept me coming back for more. It just wasn't a one-time experience, and it just made me go like, oh wow, I want to do that. What's cool is that you have what's called a remix. Let's say you see someone's level, and if it's able to do it, you're able to remix the level and spice it up a notch, and meaning that you put your own twist on a level. This is cool because it just shows what you would add to that level, and we always say that about video games, is that this level should be in this way, or that should have happened. Dreams allows you to do that in its engine to go like, well, I see what you did in this level, but let me spice it up a little notch and show you what I would do to this character in this situation, and it just adds excitement and adds fun for the community and just enjoying everything that's going on in those situations. Are you feeling like dreams might just come and die because you run out of creativity ideas? Well, that can't be the case, because Dreams also has something called a community jam, where they do fun things for the community for Dreams. What that means is they like to keep things fresh. So one week they have what is called just this theme. This week is currently medieval, last week was food, and another week was science fiction. If you like what you're able to do in Dreams, you're able to place your dream of that set theme, and just the Dream community will just compete to see which one was the best one. It's just a voting system, and what happens is that you can like them all. You just view everything that's been going on within that dream, scenery, music, video. It all just depends on what the creative mindset is like. And you can get involved as a creator, or you can get involved as a player. It's all about up to you, and mostly just a preference. I've used it as a player and was just like, oh yeah, this is really cool, this is really inspirational, and it makes me want to go back and make my own creations. That's the main thing about Dreams. It's always something uplifting, and it makes you want to come back for more. Not only can you upvote, but you can also leave comments and follow creators and have that atmosphere of giving that creator like a thumbs up, or saying good job, and like you really appreciate the content. And as artists and developers or people that want to strive to do more, positive feedback is great. It's just cool that Media Molecule allowed that to happen within this game, and it just goes to show that people really care about the things that they're making. Also, about keeping things fresh, you have what's called as imp quest, and what you do is what is labeled in these certain quests to be able to get more materials, such as sculptures or even better imps that you want. There was always a challenge if you wanted to do more and just feel like you were not just wasting your time, and I appreciate that because it adds some challenge, and like you can use different levels and just do the task for what it wants you to do, and after that you get your reward. Also, the more you level up, because there is a leveling up system within Dreams, you're able to create more and do more. So the more creative you are, or the more you're playing someone else's things, or the more you're involved with just doing community jams and upvoting, you're constantly going to probably level up or gain a level or two, just depending on how long you play. Dreams also doesn't shy away for what you like to do. There would be times where I felt like I was playing more than rather creating, and I just faced the fact that I was more of a player. And Dreams does that. It'll say you are a player, and it's like, okay, cool, but if you feel like you want to create more, you can do that. There's nothing wrong with starting fresh or doing something different. You can flow between shaping and surfing as much as you want. The music in between, and also just overall, is astonishing and is motivational and can really get you going. I can remember just trying to create something and just hear the music going and go like, oh yeah, this is where it's at. It just felt soothing and just felt great to hear while trying to create something that you're not for sure how it's going to turn out. And the only downside about creating with sculptures though is that you can only have a certain amount because you can't overfill the capacity of a creation. That's sad, but it's understandable at the same time because you don't want a bunch of creations and not actually deliver on what you want to expect in a game. And once I learned that, it was like, okay, you gotta be more creative. You can't just use that Sephiroth that you know from Final Fantasy VII at different spots. You just gotta be different and just go for what you know and just make new characters and make new figures. Use a dummy, use a tree. The more you level up, you gain those stuff anyway, so you might as well do it. Let's say that you only have about an hour to 45 minutes to be able to do something, and you want to start creating something. Okay, that's fine, but you don't think the creation can be done at the time. You can actually save a draft of your creation before you leave. And that is something cool because it's just like, oh, I can get back to this when I come back from home or work. It's just still going to be there. And I thought that was neat because they know that people aren't going to be playing this for days on end, or because people are busy. It's just there if you want to save. And I did that a few times, like, oh, I need to leave for a second. Okay, hop back in and save. And what's also cool is that I know some people are not willing or not ready to put their stuff out for others to see. Everything that you do as far as a new creation is invisible until you're ready to make it public. And once you release it to the public, you'll see that positive feedback or just comments that you're looking for, or just people just enjoying your level. It's just cool that it's remained hidden until you as a player or gamer or artist or just creator overall are ready to send it out to the world so everyone can appreciate and love. And once you're done with one, you can just create another and just continue to go. That's the whole point of Dreams, is that you don't just have one, you have multiple. And Media Molecule made sure of having that you can start fresh with something new and just based off that, or you can remix and make that your own creation as well. Now, if you're not familiar with the way we review things here at AWOI Gaming, we do it what I like to call an influential scale, where we use not influential, potential, influential, and very influential, based off how the game feels overall, influence towards positivity and towards the gaming community. And I have to say that Dreams by Media Molecule is definitely a very influential game for the PlayStation 4, as it's able to harness that idea of everything's possible here. You can relive your favorite moments, make those moments your own, and also just stay fresh and for people to enjoy the entire time they're playing, whether they're dream surfing or dream shaping. There is always a place for me to play, and I'm sure there's a place for you guys as well that want to get into the game and just figure out which way you want to play. And there's no wrong way of playing Dreams, it's the way you want it to play. And the over idea of Media Molecule saying follow your dreams, make sure you stay true to that, and with that you can spread that positivity, spread the idea to something more and something that you really appreciate and enjoy for yourself. And with a community like Dreams, everyone's so inspirationally fun and positive with everything that they say, and the comments are there, that you're going to get the feedback that you want. And just seeing some of your levels that you would never see, like Lord of the Rings White City. Of course that's not the name, but it's like, wow, that's a really good creation. It makes me wonder how they did it. I want to go do it myself. And that spreads positive influence because it makes you think, it makes you want to work harder for your dreams, no pun intended, in those kind of situations, and just continue to have fun in video games. If you like this, please hit the like button, hit the little notification bell, and subscribe. Also, just leave your comments in the section below and see what your thoughts of Dreams is, as it's still new and it's still fresh, and it's just the overall idea of what it's going to be like for the rest of 2020. What it's going to look like in 6 months, what crazy stuff is going to be made in between those from here and now. It's just going to be fun to see what everyone's making. And the idea of, is it coming to the PlayStation 5? that's a topic for another time. But I hope you liked the video. It was very influential for AWOI Gaming. I enjoyed everything that was in it and made me appreciate everything that Media Molecule did for creative mindsets that are trying to get their ideas out there and just want to have fun. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Perry at AWOI Gaming saying follow your dreams. Y'all have a good one.